Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Small Rolls, a D&D podcast where there are no small rolls and lots of last-minute gift shopping to be done. I'm David Knight, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by these newly moneyed adventurers, so say hi, everyone.
Hi!
Oh my god, we finally got money.
No.
Oh yeah, how much money did we get in the end last time?
150 gold each. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Deacon left with another 100 gold.
Oh yeah.
Well, whilst that money burns holes in your pockets, let's cue the theme tune.
Prepare your party of players and polyhedral dice. Your tragic backstory better be worth the sacrifice. Seize your sheets and D20. Let's play D&D. You'll hang your characters, swaggers with daggers in each hand. You've all discussed what you must, but even better laid plans. Take a turn when checks are missed.
Roll initiative. Brandish your blades. Don't fail your saves. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is your story. No guts, no glory. Confront your fate with every roll. Every roll.
A hero rises inside, one who will pay the price. Their chance of success will rest upon the dice. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is some small rolls.
So, resting on your journey to Vernok Rise, Juna made a spiritual connection with Ruana and summoned her in the form of a raven, whilst Enkidu lost control of his body to the dark voice inside of him. Attacking Juna, she called out Enkidu's name, and he managed to regain control, but, realising the danger his secrets could hold for the group, he explained his situation to them, who the voices inside him were, and his connection to the dead king. Expecting Heron's request to bring them closer to these connections, the party agreed to tread carefully and help find a way to remove the voices. You arrived in Vernok Rise to find the Heart of Spring celebrations in full swing. Gwendellyn joined in by collecting handfuls of flowers that were offered out, and you made your way through the wards to the Ashwing district and Scholar Heron Illwin's study. Greeted by his butler Nurim, Heron explained his proposition, offering you payment to investigate and research the founders of the Arcanists Consortium, hoping to uncover a secret conspiracy that the Consortium was trying to hide. He gave you a map with a few locations marked on that could be of interest, as well as 150 gold pieces each. As he sent you on your way, he reminded you that should you not give a gift as part of the Heart of Spring celebrations, then the goddess Sylvie, the Luckbringer, would be displeased. So, with money in hand, you decide to pull names in a game of Secret Goddess, which we've actually done before recording, and set off into the city to find gifts and lodgings. And that's where we're at.
We got recommended somewhere to go and stay, didn't we? And I cannot find on my page of notes where that was.
Drake's in the lower ward.
Right, so shall we go and get ourselves settled, perhaps in some accommodation, and then we can go off and explore the city and do some shopping?
You walk through the gate and the wall, down the main slope toward the lower ward, which spreads out to your left and right. It is much more bustling than the ward you were just in, with, again, people handing out flowers to you as you pass. It just seems to be the theme of the thing. Everybody gets a flower.
This is so lovely.
David, has Guy been in this city before? It's in, Central Dovain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more in the centre. Let's say no, just for fun, that it's new for him as well.
And the Heart of Spring, I'm assuming, is a festival that is sort of specific to this area. It's not something that we've heard of before, or?
It's something that you've heard of. It's not necessarily celebrated in full swing like this. In different areas, it's maybe sometimes a much more reserved thing of just paying your respects to the goddess. Sylvie is the goddess of nature and of luck and of dreams. She's got a whole mix of stuff going on. So this time of year is quite often just dedicated to her.
This feels very much Juna's bag.
Yeah.
So we're making our way from the Ashwing district. That's right, isn't it? Into the lower ward.
So the lower ward is split into two halves, essentially, the craft quarter and the labour quarter, which, having a quick sort of chat along to people on the street to get a lay of the land, the craft quarter, you get the impression, is where a lot of the workspace is. So there's a lot more like blacksmiths, cobblers, all of those kinds of things end up over in the craft quarter, whereas traditionally the labour quarter is where people lived and they'd go out of the city to work. So there's a lot more inns and taverns and things in the labour side and a lot more shops over in the craft side.
Right, so we want to find Drake's. I guess that might be in the labour quarter?
Drake's in the lower ward.
Yeah.
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 Make our way
Is there anyone around to ask?
Oh yeah, the streets are packed with people. There's quite a few buskers and things on the street, so everyone's just sort of out having a drink, enjoying the atmosphere.
There's buskers.
Yeah, there's quite a few buskers around. Not all of them, in Gaius' opinion, not all of them are particularly good, but they're keeping the crowds quite happy. And it means that wherever you walk, there's always music somewhere in the background.
Oh, Gaius turning on his heels and looking excitedly at all the other performers.
Hey, maybe you should show him how it's done.
Yeah, sure, okay. I'll go speak to a bard that maybe is not receiving a lot of patronage at the moment. And I'll throw him 1 gold coin.
Big spender.
Yeah, you do find a young boy. He's not quite in the path of anyone. He's just off of the main street, and there's no shops or anything down that little road. So whilst there's 1 or 2 people walking past, nodding to him and enjoying the music, he's not got a lot of patronage otherwise. So you're approaching him. He's sort of oh yeah, picks up his fiddle and tries to be a little bit more impressive with it. He's not very impressive, but he tries.
Listen, buddy, we all get this in our time as bards. Today is the most important day of your professional life as a bard. This is your best performance. I have a gold coin right here, and I will flick it in my hand and catch it and be like, this is yours if you give me your greatest song right now. If it's good enough, I will give it to you. Otherwise, it's going to the next bard, but it's up to you.
What? That's a lot of pressure, sir. But,
we all get pressure, buddy. You gotta go. You gotta give me your best song. Ready?
Do you have any requests?
Yeah, there's a famous Heart of the Spring song called Merry Heart of the Springmas.
Oh yeah, no. I think I know that one. He starts to play it, before he plays it fully, he strums a few chords. He's playing a fiddle.
Fiddles a few chords.
I love, David, that none of us knew that, apart from you, but you still corrected yourself.
I can't say he's playing a fiddle and then strum chords like he's playing a lute. What is this?
I mean, if he is strumming chords on a fiddle, he's playing it real bad.
He just tests out a little melody first, and then happy that he knows it, goes for it with a lot of gusto, and he tries putting in a few frills and things here and there, but ultimately it's quite a sort of a sloppy performance. It's not the best.
Okay. I'm going to pretend that I was really, really impressed and clap away, and I'll turn to the group behind me and be like, huh? How good was that?
Oh, that was lovely. Yeah. Well done, yes.
Not bad, but I think you can do better.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Enkidu. Hey, buddy. You do it one more time, I can guarantee you this coin. You gotta really impress this guy. He never smiles. He's like a Grinch. That old, evil, villainous, carnivorous monster from the up high, icy north. So, this is your Grinch, buddy. You gotta instill him with the heart of spring. This is the gold coin. You gotta do it. Ready? Make him smile. Go!
Okay. And he plays it again. He slips up in a few different places this time, and then there's one tricky little passage that he's like, okay, yeah, I just about got through that, and it wasn't too awkward for everyone watching. Plays the final few notes, and looks over at Enkidu like, has that worked?
He grimaces a bit. David, how old is he?
He shakes a little bit. He's probably somewhere between Orryn and you. Yeah, he's not quite fully grown yet. He's looking at him like he's sort of a little walnut-skinned human lad. Probably about 14, 15, just about getting into his adult body, but he's not quite there yet.
I nod at him, saying, you got a long way to go, but you'll be alright. I give him 2 gold. And with that, I'll just turn on my heels and walk off into the crowd.
Oh, thanks. Merry Heart of Springmas to you.
Luckbringer's blessing, lad.
Bye.
It's never seen again.
It's usually Juna splitting the party, but I guess it's you today.
I think it's probably okay. I mean, what's the worst dangers that can befall us when we're shopping?
Oh, take a guess. Anything.
You can't hear me, you're not there.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
They can even argue when they're not in the same place.
Listen, little guy, you didn't just make him smile. You made him give you money. And trust me, that means so much to a Grinch like that guy. You have earned an amazing reputation as a great performer. And just as the guy said just then, you have the makings of greatness. Now here's a gold coin as well. So you got 3. Now tell us where the hell to get to this Drake's place.
Oh, right, Drake's. It's down that way, left a bit, right a bit, fronty righty. Sends you directions. And they are, like, actually, the directions are very easy to follow, much more than the ones I just gave you.
Before we go, can I send Ruana Enkidu's direction? Just to, like, circle above him and make sure he's okay.
She quite happily flies off, keeping an eye on Enkidu. Drake's itself, as you sort of approach, it's sort of like a little tavern shoved in against other buildings, so it's sort of quite a little crowded door. And again, there are people stood outside having a drink, smoking pipes and stuff, and generally having a good time. The sign above the door has got a picture of an open barrel on its side and a dragon head sleepily lazing out of it, as if the dragons had a drink. Are you heading inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you push your way through the crowd, and again, it's not the best quality tavern that you've ever seen, but it's also not the worst.
And it's got booze, which is more than we can say for the last tavern we were in.
But it does have booze. And there is a half-elf woman down at the front, sort of chalky white skin, serving drinks to a few patrons. She's got one of those classic barmaids, big old blouses on, with like a little apron, and she's taking coins, dropping them straight into her apron. She's a little bit older, greyish hair bunched in the back, and she's put some flowers in it as well, just to keep with the festive nature of the place. But as you approach the thing, she's like, "Hello, can I help?"
Merry Heart of Springmas.
That's an odd phrase, but yeah, and to you. Luckbringer's blessing.
What?
You here for drinks?
We would probably love a few drinks, but most importantly, we would like to secure some lodging if you have any.
Yeah, we got a few rooms still spare. Let me just check. And she sort of turns around, flips open a quick book, looks down, she goes, "Yeah, we got 3 rooms left.
We'll take them, please.
Yes.
How much are they?
A gold piece a night, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 beds per room, is that okay? How many are in your group?
5 in total.
Oh, okay, yeah. Lovely. Oh, in which case, yeah, there's 3 gold pieces altogether then.
I'll put 3 gold pieces down.
Oh, Juna, you were able to cover me last time, so I'd love to be able to cover for you, and so Gwendolyn also puts money down.
I mean, I'll take 6, I don't mind.
No, it's all right.
No, I'm just joshing you, pulling your leg, aren't I? Do you want drinks now as well? I mean,
I don't suppose you have any drinks for taking away.
Oh yeah, like if you're going to be coming back here, you're welcome to take cups around with you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheeky traveller.
Oh yes, I'll have a strawberry daiquiri to go, please.
Oh, what? Sorry.
A strawberry daiquiri. Do you
tell
have
you
them
what,
here?
2 of those, and then Juna points and casts message and says, 2 beers, don't ask.
As she sort of like clocked eyes with you, Juna, she sort of gives a very sly wink and turns around, pours 2 beers, drops those in front of the 2 of you, and slides over 3 keys as well.
Thank you.
Cool. I'm going to obviously cast Minor Illusion over Gwen's beer. And mine as well.
Yeah, can I just have a normal beer? Please?
Any more daiquiris, anyone?
Just a beer.
A normal
just
beer.
a beer.
And anything for you, my masked friend?
Do you have any whiskey on hand?
Yeah, we've got some whiskey.
I will take your finest whiskey, and I'll lay down another gold coin.
You want the finest whiskey?
Yeah! It's payday! Whoop whoop!
Oh, all right, yeah, sure. So 1 beer, finest whiskey. The finest is 5 gold, but you can have a whole bottle for that.
Do you take me for a fool? Of course I'll have it, and I'll slam down 5 gold.
Wonderful. I like a man who's happy to celebrate. Pours another beer for Orryn, and then pulls out this small bottle of whiskey in front of you.
How much for the rest?
Oh, and then for the 3 beers, that'll just be...
The 2 daiquiris and a beer, yes.
2 daiquiris and a beer. Yeah, my apologies. That'll just be 15 silver altogether.
Juna puts down 25 silver and gives her a wink.
Wow.
Oh, thank you very much. Mary, what did you say? Art of Springmas to you.
What do you normally say around here so we don't stand out quite as much?
Luckbringer's blessing.
Luckbringer's blessing.
Luck bring us blessing.
Luckbringer's blessing.
Luck.
Yeah.
Bringers.
She's the Luckbringer, isn't she?
Oh,
The goddess?
bringers.
Bringers.
Yeah.
It's the blessing of the luck bringer.
Luck
Bring
bringers.
hers.
It's the blessing of the Luckbringer. That's right. Yeah.
It's possessive apostrophe S.
Yeah. It's clearer. It's clearer with a rhotic accent, isn't it? Luck bringers.
Oh my God,
blessing.
Gwendolyn looks as blank as I do right now.
Oh, wow. Orryn remembers his Key Stage 2 punctuation classes. Well done. House point to Orryn.
Yeah. 150 gold and a house point. What a day.
She looks a bit distracted because she can see that other people are wanting drinks as well. But she says, all right, I'm just going to... You come in whenever you like. I'll be open till late. We'll probably be closed during the procession, but...
Procession?
Oh, an hour before sundown.
Oh, that sounds... What happens in the procession?
Oh, it's fun. Lord and Lady Streiter, right? They pull this whole cart of flowers down, right from Vernock Hall, right the way out, and then we go planting. Isn't that lovely?
That is very lovely.
Yeah, just as the sun sets.
my.
I love it. But anyway, the place will be closed for a couple of hours, just to make sure that I can go and plant some flowers as well.
Sounds fair enough.
Okay, so we need to go buy gifts.
I'll pick up the keys just because I'm frightened if we don't say that, we'll never see those keys again.
We got to do the admin of D&D.
Yeah, she goes off serving other people and that. But you're welcome to wander out into the street. Enkidu, out wandering into the craft quarter. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I'm going to be looking for a bookshop. Whilst I'm walking around the crowd, looking around, I'm going to say quietly under my breath, "Look, guys, it's been a long time since we've had a good story. You know, I do miss those days listening to Scarpus back home, but we haven't had much downtime to sit and enjoy that kind of thing, and I think that would be a nice treat after all we've been through recently." I'm asking someone very specific. I'm inside to see what they think of the idea.
There's not necessarily any reaction from inside of you, but like you get a general impression you feel quite happy and content with the idea. So it's whether or not all of that happiness is your own or some of that is coming from those inside. But if you're looking for like a storyteller or even like a bookshop, I suppose is another way of finding stories. Make an investigation check.
It's a 3.
3. Okay. So as you're wandering through the streets, and you're looking for like bars and taverns and things as well as just like for people that are like orating. Unfortunately, you do catch eyes with an olive-skinned human. He looks a little bit messy, and he's wearing a sandwich board that reads, "There are no gods." And as like he is going off on one, like handing out little handwritten pamphlets to people. You're like, "They're not real, they're just parasites." And then he catches eyes with you, and he's like, "Sir, you're not joining in with the celebrations, are you?"
Celebration? No, I don't think I am. Not really.
Good. That's good, because they're not real, are they, the gods?
They're not real.
No, they're not. They're not. There's nothing to know. Like, I don't know why everyone's praising them. All they are is these big old beings, and they say, "Oh, look at me! Look, I'm changing the sun. I'm making things grow." But they're not, are they? It's just us as normal people walking around, and they are feeding off our blind devotion like parasites.
What? We just said there are no gods, but you just said they're parasites sucking.
No, but they're not gods. Is what I'm saying. They're not gods.
Right.
Not that they're not real.
Okay.
I mean, they are actual beings, but they are not doing what they say they are doing, and they're not doing what all of the institutions are making us think that they're doing. Do you know?
Right, I do know, friend.
All right.
Yeah,
Shove the pamphlet into your hand.
Oh, like, great, thanks.
Yeah, so if you see people celebrating, you should stop them, because you don't know really what these high-powered beings are doing. Probably trying to control people.
No. control us and give people weird powers and take over.
That's why
it's
we've
awful.
got to do it.
Yeah, we've got to do it. We've got to stop the madness
But it's
from
got
spreading.
to start with people like you and me, friends. You
Yeah,
and me.
exactly. Yeah. We're in the same boat.
Exactly. Spread the
yeah.
word. They're not real. They are just using us for their
Using
own
us, yeah.
nefarious ends.
Good. I'm glad you feel the same.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Enkidu is the perfect person for this guy to speak to.
Yeah,
Love
this,
it.
using
I
this,
feel like I'm outside Oxford Circus Tube Station.
He's definitely Kral's great-great-great-grandson.
That voice was getting very close there,
It
wasn't
was
it?
so close. I'm just like, oh, kill him.
It's Kral is back again. It's not even his grandson.
And yeah, he sort of follows you like along the street a little bit awkwardly before like catching eyes with someone else and rushing off to like babble at them for a bit. You find yourself getting lost in amongst all of the shops, and almost all of the shops have got open doors, loads of flowers decorating the place as well. There are some signs up that are like, sail on for the celebration, and others like, buy your gifts now. You get the impression as you're walking around, there is quite a push for the gift-giving aspect of the celebration.
right. Any trinket shops in particular? So, like knickknacks and that?
You find one called the Trinket Trove. It reminds you a little bit of the Plenty Store, that it's sort of loads of odds and ends, except that it's fairly neat and well organised. And there is a mahogany-skinned half-elf with a small goatee, lots of little earrings down his ears, who is sort of greeting everyone as they come in. Welcome, feel free to look around, and if you've got any interest in anything, then we'll come to an arrangement for price. Nothing, all in the spirit of celebration. So you have a look around. If you're looking for anything in particular, I've got some more stock out back, all right? Nice to see you. Gives you that sort of greeting spiel and then turns to the next person behind you walking in. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for in the shop?
What kind of trinkets or stuff that looks, handy or magical of any
There's
kind?
bits of jewellery. There's small, fairly practical things like adventuring gear type things. There's like hunting traps. There's a small selection of musical instruments in one corner. There are some jewels and jewellery in another. Like I say, it's all fairly well laid out. So with little signs as to like each department almost essentially, even though this room is probably only about 10 square feet altogether.
Okay. What about the musical instruments? What have they got there?
Mm-hmm. He's got a few different things. There's a couple of lutes. There's a few lute strings. There is a small striped flute that catches your attention. That's quite nice. One might call it a pied pipe. Because pied means stripe.
Oh, right, of course.
There you go.
I didn't know that either.
I
Nobody
didn't
knows
know
that apart from me.
Yeah. I'll pick it up.
Pied pipe.
and- Yeah. that
So if you
one.
pick it up, it's almost like a small piccolo type flute. Very small, like you could probably play it with one hand, really. It looks fairly well crafted, a little wooden thing. Seeing you pick it up, suddenly the owner appears at your side. He's like, yes, the pied pipe. It's a lovely little thing. It makes people dance, doesn't it? Just music, but this one in particular is quite magical.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
Like, you play it, and if you are any good at playing instruments, I myself prefer a stringed instrument to a nice little thing like this. But, I mean, it impresses, it delights the ear, doesn't it? But this one, if you have some magical persuasion about yourself, then you can encourage it to encourage other people to get moving.
You're kidding.
And it's only going for the very, very reasonable price of 120 gold pieces.
120.
Do it.
This is the thing. No, friend. I've no. Hang on, let me haggle. Actually,
I mean, I am open to a counter offer. That is,
oh yeah.
I'm very happy to bargain in the spirit of the celebration, of course.
Of course, in the spirit of the celebration. Well, Rambro's round the corner is selling a similar looking flute for 70 gold.
Yes, but was it as magical as this one? This one, I believe, is a one of a kind.
Oh, one of a kind. Though I saw one that looked just like it round the corner.
A similar thing, I'm sure it probably doesn't sound as nice to the ear. Like this one, like I say, is a very sweet sound. I could probably drop to 105.
105. Still not going to cut it, my friend. I mean, you insist this thing is magical, but I have no way of knowing. For aesthetic reasons, I can go back to Rambro's round the corner and just get it for 70 gold. Unless you could persuade me of its magical prowess by maybe you giving me a demonstration, perhaps?
Oh, and unfortunately I'm not a very good flute player myself.
That's a shame. Right,
Is this a buying for yourself, or are you buying for someone else?
No, I'm buying for someone else. Quite a talented bard.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, again, I'm not an unreasonable fellow. I'm not unreasonable. I can drop down to 95 gold pieces. How does that sound to you?
How about 85?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. 16.
He goes, 85 is more than acceptable. Would you like all of that wrapped up for you? In a little bag? In a little box?
Sure.
All right, that'll be another 10.
Oh, you little jammy git.
I mean, you're welcome. Just take it by itself. It is a very pleasing to the eye gift, so of course it look perfectly fine by itself.
I think I'll skip the wrapping and just put it in my bag. Thank you.
All right, 85 gold pieces then. Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure doing business with you. Luckbringer's blessings to you. I hope your friend enjoys this little treat. And then he turns his attention to someone else. Hello, madam.
Swindlers. Off we go.
Back with everyone else over in the Labour Quarter. You've all wandered out onto the street, drinks in hand. What are you doing? Where are you heading?
Do we want to split up and shop, or do we want to go as a group?
Perhaps we get close to where the shops are and then split up, because obviously we don't want to give away who's we've got for Secret Goddess.
Sounds good to me.
That's a good idea.
All right, yeah, okay. So we'll make our way towards the craft quarter, yeah?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, well, I've got an idea for my thing, and that definitely will be in the craft quarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking the craft quarter.
Yes, that sounds good for me.
Yes, and we can enjoy more of these wonderful buskers on our way as well. Gwendolyn is keeping her eye out for blue hair.
Gwendolyn, make an investigation check then, please.
9.
9. No blue, unfortunately. A few pink hairs, but no blue hairs.
Can we see how much she is looking at these bards?
Probably with a 9.
I think Juna sort of shoots Orryn a look as if to say,
yeah, I was thinking the same.
I think we need to get this out in the open, and I think this is probably the time.
Yeah.
Gwen, whilst we're strolling down this lovely street on this lovely day,
Enjoying these lovely drinks.
enjoying these lovely strawberry daiquiris.
Oh, yes, I think this is even tastier than the one I had in Tillisham.
What? It looks like a beer.
Missing the garnish, though.
Oh, yes. Oh, well.
Oh, well. As long as it tastes good.
So, Gwen, Orryn and I have something that we've been meaning to tell you, but it wasn't the right time to tell you when you were frosted. When we were at the rally, Vicky checks her notes. We bumped into
Heroica Doodle? I've written down.
Oh, what was his name?
Heroica Udak.
Okay, so let's... Heroica Udak.
Udak.
How did I get from there to Doodle?
Udak. Medak? Udak. This is how Grace learns words.
We bumped into a man called Heroica Udak, who it transpires came through Tillisham with Dwayne. Do you remember?
Half-elf chap.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, the Iris mentioned.
That Iris mentioned,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he was not very happy, was he? Was he?
No. I think it's fair to say he's not the biggest fan of Dwayne.
Oh?
It sounds a bit like what Dwayne asked you to do. He did to this Heroica chap, and needed to go and get something and take his money.
Yeah.
Oh.
And was never to be seen again. And needless to say, he was very, very not very pleased with
with us
him
or Dwayne.
us, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't handle it best, did we?
No.
But we think it's only fair that you know. But when
Yes.
you were frosted was not the time necessarily for you to be talking to him.
No.
No, yes, well, I appreciate that, and I must say I feel quite sorry for him as well. It looks like I've run out of excuses for Dwayne if this is a regular habit of his.
I will say this for Dwayne, though, Gwen. He's the one that got you started on this adventure, and I think this is the right path for you, Gwen.
Do you know what, Juna? Orryn, And Gaius, sorry, you're here too.
He's a bit forgettable. It's true.
Oh, he's being distracted by buskers.
Oh, he's
not
okay.
wearing
He's not in the conversation. Okay, that's good.
He's looking after Bessie.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well done.
Yeah, halfway through the conversation, he just goes, "Oh, fuck the horse," and runs off. We left it with a wizard.
Poor Bessie. Oh.
Just wandering around the Ashwing district neighing pitifully. Poor horse.
You know, I kind of understanding Dwayne's true nature now. I wonder how much of me actually was in love with him, and how much of me just wanted an excuse to get out of that wedding and get away from that insufferable, boorish Colin DeBarge. How much of me just wanted to get away from Pryden, and I suppose he seemed like the easiest, well, maybe not the easiest, but the most exciting way to get out of Pryden.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling a tad foolish right now, but I'm glad I'm with you all, rather than still with him.
I'm glad you're with us too.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you hadn't left Gwen, I might not have left either. Probably wouldn't.
If I hadn't left, I would be married, so,
Yeah.
that's a blessing.
I mean, I'd probably be dead in a cave.
I tell you what that is. That is Luckbringer's blessing in action.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And if I do find myself coming back into contact with him again, I'll be sure to give him a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
Should we buy some gifts?
Let's buy some gifts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's buy some gifts. Yeah. That'll make everything better.
Shopping always does that, says Grace in real life.
So Gaius, having run off to get Bessie, bring Bessie back to Drake's to park her. What do you do with horses when you put them in stables?
I'll pay an extra couple of silver or whatever for the looking after the horse.
They've got one of those really annoying, complicated systems where you have to type numbers in to your special device.
Download the
You
app.
have to go back
Yeah.
And then send you a message, and then you've got a reply. Like,
There's all these attendants wandering around in riders, making sure that you pay for your ticket.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
You have to run back to the horse because you forget its license plate.
Yeah. Forget his license plate.
But the other three, are you staying together to go shopping, or are you splitting up when you reach the craft quarter?
Splitting up and reach the quaff quarter.
The craft
Quaff quarter.
Quaff quarter. You've got a bit
That strawberry daiquiri's had quite an effect.
Yeah, we're going to split up.
In which case, Juna, what are you looking for? Whereabouts are you looking?
I am looking. It's going to be so obvious who I'm buying for. I am. What I would ideally like to find is some sort of magic bookshop.
Make an investigation check.
When's lucky day?
You know how I love that magic.
Yeah, Juna loves buying really quirky gifts for people. No, she doesn't. Oh no. It's a natural one.
Oh no.
Oh, please, it's not for me.
It does take you quite a while as you're wandering around. There seems to be a lot of scroll shops, like paper shops,
No,
but
not interested.
there's nothing like this. The bookshops seem to be completely evading you. You do run into Enkidu, however.
Enkidu!
Miss Ethorn.
Enkidu, have you seen any sort of magic bookshops around?
No, I'm currently looking for one right now. What? Shall we look together? Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look together. Oh my gosh.
Oh, have you already bought your present, Enkidu?
I have actually, Miss Ethorn, I have, but I could
I won't
do...
ask what it is in case it's for me. Don't worry.
I shall keep it secret, thank you.
And the two of you go wandering off for a moment.
Can we go arm in arm?
Yeah, please.
I'm really feeling the Heart of Spring Festival kind of feelings now that I always feel. I want quince pies and...
Quiz pies.
Yeah, Orryn, if you could make an investigation roll, please, for whatever it is you're looking for.
Do you want to know what I'm looking for? Or do you want
I
to
mean,
just
you can explain that whilst... Either way, the roll's coming, so...
Okay, I'll roll and then ask.
Yeah.
That's a natural 5.
So no, you don't find it, whatever it was.
But wait, my investigation.
Oh yeah, you've got like plus 1,000, don't you?
+7, so that's a 12.
12. Okay, cool. Yeah, what are you looking for?
Okay, so Orryn is looking for sort of armory type stuff, like an armourer's.
He's definitely got Juna.
Definitely got Juna.
Try not to be excited.
There are a few, not necessarily armourers as such, but there are a fair few blacksmiths that you see out, and they've got sort of various pieces on display. A few of them have just got shield type things, a few that have clearly preferenced swords and more like weapony type things. Some are just selling tools, which obviously distracts you for a little bit because you're like, ooh, tools. That's a nice
everyone looks at all the tools for 5 minutes.
But you do eventually find one little shop that's got a sort of really built half-orc woman out the front. Even though it's not necessarily the warmest of days, the little forge fire that she's got going in the shop behind her means that she's just sort of in a vest top, a leather vest top. So as you sort of approach, the sheer like sort of size and bulk of her muscles is a little bit intimidating. But yeah, she sort of smiles as you wander over there.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You all right?
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yes, please. Well, do you? What have you got? I'm sort of looking for something specific, but what have you got just before I?
I mean, I've got a range of things. I can whip up something for you as well, or just like alter something if that's what you're wanting. What are you looking for?
Well, I was kind of in the market for a shield, possibly.
Shields?
Yeah.
I got a couple. What you thinking? Nice wooden one.
I was kind of. I don't know how much can you like customize a shield?
Depending how long you want me to, how difficult it is. Take if it's something small, like just an engraving or something, that'll take maybe an hour at most. If you're wanting something like a whole reshaping, as it were, or new binding, that might take the rest of the day, possibly even to tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we're in.
You want it for yourself? You're quite a small lad, so.
No, it's not for me. No, it's for a friend of mine.
Oh, a gift, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I can prioritise gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll still depend on what it is you're wanting. Like, it might take some time, but
yeah,
I'm free right now.
Oh, there we go. That's Luckbringer's blessing, then, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Am I using that right? Don't know. So I was kind of thinking of kind of maybe customizing a shield as for a gift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with like quite ornate if possible. I don't know what kind of shields you've got back there, but I don't know whether you can do some like engraving or even like plate on it at all, like with other metals or anything on it.
I mean, if you want me to engrave, I've got a few metal shields anyway. They're a bit heftier.
Yeah. Well, maybe
I got some kite shaped. I got some circles.
Some kite shape or circle. Maybe a circular one. Yeah.
Circle. Yeah. And she sort of wanders over, comes back with like one that's of a slightly darker metal and one that's clearly been a little bit more polished. It's just more like a shiny silver.
Oh,
she's like, either of these?
Oh, yeah, shiny one. The shiny one, definitely.
Yeah, shiny one. All right. What you wanting on it?
Well, okay.
Luckbringer's blessing.
What?
Or just like.
No, that's a bit tacky, isn't it? Like, no, that's like, I've seen that in all the other gift shops on the way down.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it is, but, you know, what you wanted, sorry.
Well, okay, no, sorry.
You was explaining, I just got ahead of myself.
No, that's all right. I kind of wanted it in, like, if we could get, like, an engraving of, been reading up in this book, and I'll pull out, like, one of my history books that I've got, and Ben's excuse for having had a chat to the DM earlier. And show her a symbol of, like, a silver coin with a woman facing to the left in it, and kind of go, so I don't know if we could kind of get something with, like, something that looks like that. I can leave my book with you if you want for the afternoon while you're kind of shaping it. And then I was thinking maybe if you got time after that, you could add some extra like other decorations into it. I was thinking, do you know like the iron chain and like the western pines? Like you could maybe like decorate around the edges a little bit with that.
What, like mountains?
Yeah. Hang on, and flicks to another page in the book with a crudely drawn map.
Yeah.
Something like that, like around
All
the
right,
edges.
so like a woman's face in the middle,
Yeah.
mountains around the edge,
Yeah, and like a forest, like mountains at the top, maybe forest at the bottom.
like a bush down the bottom.
No, gosh. Just like a clump of trees.
Trees. All right. Yeah, and just copying these designs here.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what, give me a moment. So she walks over, picks up a bit of charcoal, and just starts trying to sketch it out onto the shield itself. And it's not the best artistic expression that you've seen.
Hang on. Can I borrow that charcoal? 1 second. Can I
Oh, yeah.
grab the charcoal out of her hand and attempt to
Oh
doodle
my
more
God.
what I'm trying to create?
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Oh, 5 again. That's a 9.
9. And again, like, you try and, like, obviously you're used to drawing, like, designs, perhaps.
Yeah.
So you find that as you're trying to be artistic and expression, like, it is coming out a little bit more, like, straight lines and, like, almost like a little, like, you've got little notes that you just start naturally making off to the side, being like, oh, and this has to go like this, and this has... And so there's, like, loads of little scribbles all over it as well.
Yep, just little arrows pointing like, but that bit but bigger. Hang on, let me circle around that tree. That tree needs to be bigger, so not like that.
A couple of little numbers,
And then
like,
that mountain, hang
measurements.
on, no, that mountain's back. So, hang on, dip more like that mountain. Like, crossing them out as well as I draw on the sheet.
All right, yeah, I can do that, yeah. Take me a couple of hours, but yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that's
do that.
all right. Yeah, okay. I'll come back in a couple of hours. How
Well, yeah,
much?
cost like that. 30 gold pieces. How's that sound?
That's, it's quite a bit.
Well, it's for the shield and for the engraving.
Well, yeah, no, I guess it's,
Because the shield itself it goes for 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a proper silver shield. That, yeah.
Well, I mean, I have done a bit of the work for you.
Well, I mean, you've drawn it on, yeah, but I've got to be careful because I don't want to crack the whole shield. Is the thing. So
Okay. Well, how about 25?
how about 28?
All right. Yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah, you want to pay for it now, or you want to pay for it later when you see it?
Yeah, I'll pay for it when I pick it up.
Absolutely, because then ultimately, if you don't want it, then I could just sell it to someone else. That's quite a nice design, that.
Oh, thanks. I mean, you've done it as well.
Hopefully it will be. Anyway.
Cool. All right. What was your name? Sorry, should have.
Flo.
Flo. Thanks, Flo. I'm Orryn.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Come back in a couple of hours, and that'll be
2 hours.
that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Bye. Awkwardly walks off.
Gwendellyn, can you make? Don't make anything. What are you looking for?
Can I talk to a person to find out where a shop is?
Absolutely.
Well done.
Make an investigation check, or just ask around. There is obviously plenty of people around on the street.
So many people. So I'm looking for somebody who just looks lovely and friendly.
Uh-huh.
That's an 18.
18. You spot one quite beautiful man.
Oh.
Stood as a sort of a pale half-elf, pink hair. He's just kind of loitering, looking very dashing in like his little suit with a little drink in his hand. He's just enjoying the ambience.
Gwendolyn raises her glass that she's holding with her. Happy heart of spring.
And to you?
Blessing, bringer's blessing luck. Yes?
How many drinks have you had?
Not that many. I'm just really struggling with the saying, actually. I'm not really from around these parts, but I'm having a very nice time. I've never been in a city before, and I just, there's so many people and there's so much going on, and it's very.
It can be a bit much, can't it?
It can be a bit much, but your pink hair really caught my eye. It's rather fabulous.
Thanks. I dye it myself, I'll be honest.
Oh, can you do that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my green hair is natural, but I've always wanted to have something different if I could.
Is that natural? I mean, that's beautiful colour.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I think it's from my mother, but I'm not 100% sure. But well, I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Yes, I actually approached you because I'd like to ask you a question. I don't suppose you know if there's any place around here that might sell a nice array of teas, perhaps have some tea accessories, or just a nice tea shop, I suppose.
Like a tea shop?
Yeah, a tea shop, yes.
Yeah. Oh, there is one not far from here. Goes by the name Tipple.
Tipple.
Perfect.
Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, I certainly want to go there purely for the name. That just sounds wonderful.
Oh, it is. You should see it inside.
I don't suppose you'd like to walk me there, would you? Just, like I said, I'm a bit new and I just don't want to get lost.
Absolutely. I don't want you getting lost down here, no.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Rufus.
Rufus, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Gwendolyn Rose.
Lovely. Gwendolyn Rose. Oh, what a beautiful name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rufus. Yes, well, do lead on.
And he does. He wanders off at no great pace. He seems very happy just chatting with you as you're walking around.
Gwendolyn is just ecstatic to just be chatting to someone, and just being in a city is still blowing her mind. She is like hyperactive Gwendolyn of joy right now, just excitement of everything around her, and just totally like trying to ignore all of the Dwayne stuff and just try and get it out of her head. So she's going like balancing over the other way.
As he leads you through a few little side streets and that, it never gets to anywhere dangerous, but like the streets do become a little bit narrower. And he says, "Don't worry, this is just so that people don't bother people, like, you know, the clientele." And when he sort of pulls up to one door, a little red door with the name Tipple just above it, he gives it a little rap with his knuckle, opens up, and there's a very, very well-to-do lady, sort of a very tight corset on, sort of pushing all of her amplitude out.
Wow, well
my
done.
gosh, here we are.
Wow. Yeah.
She's landed.
And she's like sort of braided her hair down, and seeing you, Gwendolyn, massive smile on her face. She's like, "Hello.
Hello.
Are you here for some tipple?"
I think I am here for some tipple, yes.
Wonderful. Come on in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sort of gives a nod to Rufus. Says, "Oh, thank you." And he goes, "I'll just get back to work, shall I?"
Oh,
All right.
thank you so much, Rufus. It was lovely to meet you.
Wonderful meeting you, Gwen. Gwendolyn, sorry.
That's all right. Gwendolyn gives him one of the many flowers she has acquired.
Oh, a rose by any other name is a lilac. And he walks off. This woman sort of leads you into a very plush sitting room.
Oh.
Looking at it, not all of the furniture is necessarily the newest, but like there's the cushions are all lined with little tassels, and it's just a very comfortable space.
Vintage charm.
Exactly, yeah. There are a few other people sat around, all with little drinks themselves, very calm and relaxed, and a lot of the people that are coming over and serving them, interestingly, they're bringing over like trays of drinks, not necessarily wearing a lot of clothing. Quite revealing, but you know, nobody seems to be batting an eyelid. If anything, everyone seems to be in a very good mood.
Oh.
So how can I help you?
Wow, Gwendolyn's just looking
Anything
around.
in particular that you're looking for?
Gosh, I had no idea what. I'm looking for a gift for a friend, actually. I don't suppose you have anything in the way of tea accessories, perhaps? And of course, a nice range of tea would be wonderful.
We have tea. Normally we just serve it here, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I would love a cup of tea for a start, and a biscuit if you've got one.
Oh, we've definitely got something for you to chew on.
That would be lovely. I'm looking for something special for a friend. I don't suppose you have any tea caddies.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call him a caddy, but...
Oh my gosh, what?
We've got some very nice...
No, it's like a little box.
Boys, girls, what are you feeling? Anything in...
Come on.
How do you...
Non-specific, are you?
do you mean for whoever brings me my tea?
No.
Oh, no, for your friend. I'm your
Oh
friend.
my god.
Oh no, I'm getting a gift for a friend. I don't need a friend. I mean, well, I probably do need a friend or two. You know, I quite like having friends.
Or two. We could do two.
Oh, I love two friends.
More the merrier.
Excellent. It's going to be the most expensive tea she's ever heard of.
Oh, mate, yeah.
And yet somehow leave empty-handed.
Well, I mean, we can certainly package some things up for you to take away with you if that's what you're looking for. I mean, not everybody has to drink here.
Well, that would be very useful. Then yes, that would be great. I would like some a nice range of teas for my friend. You know, some really exciting ones that are going to really put a spring in her step and be a taste sensation on the tongue. You know.
Wonderful. Oh, yes. And what kind of things does she like?
Oh, she likes cooking and magic, and she likes collecting things. She's got a lot of collections. She's very good at telling stories, and she's really good at things with nature. Meditation.
Tantric. Nice.
I've not heard that word before, but
Oh, it's like meditation.
Oh,
but,
yeah. Well, yes. In that case, she's very tantric. Yes.
Yes. Oh well. Okay. So I'm thinking a few sauces, perhaps.
Sauces.
Well, for the cooking.
Oh yes.
Yes, we've got some incense and things that we can definitely add in, and of course something to drink to make everybody feel relaxed.
She's very magical. I don't suppose if you've got anything magical.
I think a few of our girls have got a few tricks up their sleeves.
Oh no, but I won't be able to bring them to my friend, will I?
Well, are you staying in the city?
Yes.
Well, we can send them over to you.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want this all wrapped up in a caddy?
Yes, if you could have it sent over. We're staying at Drake's.
Drake's,
yes.
Yeah, I know it well. Edda is lovely. She's well used to our services.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, could get somebody to come over and bring the gift, and then I don't have to worry about hiding it on my person, and it's more of a surprise.
Oh, you should never feel that you have to hide a gift like this.
Oh, good.
This is a gift for your friend. So, really, she should just enjoy it as much as she likes.
Yes, she should, yes.
Yes. So, details then. 2 friends.
2 friends, yes. 2 seems like a nice number.
2 friends with the gifts.
With the gifts, yes.
Yes, with a selection of things.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with money. How much is this going to cost?
Oh, actually, the whole package will only come to about 100 gold.
100 gold?
Oh,
Okay, well, I have 100 gold, so I can give that to you, yes.
This is excellent. So
Yes,
good.
absolutely.
Gwen can never negotiate.
If you're happy now, or you're welcome to pay it to the friends when they arrive.
What's better? I suppose if I give it to you now, then I definitely won't spend it on anything else.
Very sensible.
Yes. Lovely. Yes, and so they're just going to bring an array of gifts, and we can just have a lovely time together and a lovely party. She does so love meeting new people.
Well, that's very obvious from what you've said. Shall we arrange it for after the procession, after the celebrations?
I'm very much looking forward to planting some flowers, so I wouldn't want to miss out on that.
No, wonderful. Well, in which case, we'll have them waiting at Drake's for you when you return.
Wonderful. I don't know what to say. I'm just so excited. Thank you.
Oh, the excitement hasn't even started.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle any more excitement today. I mean, this is my first day in a city, as I keep on telling everybody I meet.
Yes, which you probably shouldn't.
I shouldn't. Oh, yes, this is my second day in a city.
We don't want anyone taking advantage.
No. Oh, well, thank you. It's so good to meet nice people like you, not taking advantage of someone like me.
Anyway, off you pop. We've got a few other people to see to,
Okay.
but rest assured, everything will be sorted.
Thank you. What was your name, sorry?
Alias.
Thank you so much, Alias. A pleasure to meet you and a pleasure doing business with you. And she shakes her hand.
Yes. Well, I hope you enjoy your evening.
I'm sure I will. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
that's one of the funniest D&D things ever to happen. Ever.
So good.
That was delicious.
So good.
That is not what I intended to find.
Oh my god. I love how it escalated to 2 and it's not like the basic package. It's
No, exactly.
She really loves Juna. She's getting her a good present. Oh shit.
well
Wow.
Oh, I fucked
There
up
we go.
Secret Goddess.
I mean, I think it was
I
obvious.
think we
I just didn't have any idea.
Yeah, we can overlook that. Yeah.
I mean, Enkidu is into magic and nature and tea. You know.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Grace here, keeping you updated with all things No Small Roles related. As you may have noticed, we have finally launched our Patreon. So, if you'd like to show your appreciation for No Small Roles via monetary support, you can. Simply go to patreon.com/No Small Roles to see what perks we have on offer. Even if you decide not to subscribe to our Patreon, there are still goodies available for everyone to enjoy, In honour of the release of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, David has teamed up with a crew of stellar tabletop RPG composers to bring you a full album of music with tracks inspired by some of the new subclasses. They're calling it Tasha's Musical Concoction, and you can download it for free from our Patreon right now. Honestly, just pause, go download it, you will not regret it. It's fine, I'll just wait here. It's not a problem. We're also delighted to tell you that No Small Questions will be returning. David, Vicky and Sarah Gain, who guested as Deacon Fireheart a few episodes ago, will be in Superfan Sam's hot seat, ready to answer your questions. So start sending them to us via social media. You can contact us via Twitter and Instagram at No Small Rolls, and find us on Facebook by searching No Small Rolls. For T-Caddy Patreon subscribers, this will be your chance to ask your questions in person to the cast, or you can just enjoy getting to be in the Zoom where it happens. We'll be recording on the 20th of January at 8 p.m. GMT. If you haven't done so already, please consider rating and reviewing No Small Rolls on iTunes. It's a really great way of helping new, wonderful listeners like yourselves to find the show. You can also review us on Podchaser, and if you find any other places, do let us know. Thank you for continuing to recommend us to your friends, families, dogs, children, strangers, Santa. We appreciate it all. As we reach the end of a year that has been a natural one for most of us, we'd like to thank you, dear listeners, for being natural 20s. We're nearly 5 months into this podcasting adventure, and on this, our 20th episode, we are incredibly grateful to have this show, each other, and you. So, on behalf of the No Small Rolls team, we wish you big rolls, big love, and a massive Luckbringer's blessing to you all. That's all from me for now. Let's get you back to the Heart of Spring celebrations.
Gaius, what are you looking for?
So first off, how much is it to park Bessie?
Bessie. It will be 1 gold piece for the
Alright, I'll
evening.
just mark that off my sheet. I've never done like gold actual management, so I'm going to give it a go with this one and actually keep on this. Guy is going to start walking towards the craft sector, and then he's going to stop in his tracks, and he's just going to try and remember the upper echelon, the upper circle. Can you remind me of what was the restrictions on there?
So normally there is a closed gate, so you're only allowed in by invitation, but for this celebration, the gates have been flung open so that people can wander in and out freely until essentially the end of the day.
Guy's thinking of something, and he doesn't think that it's going to be in the lower quarters, like craft section. It's going to require something with a bit more of a fine tuning. So he's going to walk towards the upper echelons and see if he can find like a tinkerer's sort of section where it's like fine contraptions and something that are often made with like gadgets and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Oh my gosh, I didn't prepare dice! Everything I get my dice!
Too busy with the horse.
Where's my dice?
What are we doing?
Just seeing Chris running in and out of a Christmas tree looking for dice is amazing. Did Santa just leave those underneath your tree, Chris?
Right, sorry. So I rolled a 17, and am I adding my investigation?
Yes.
So it's a dirty 20.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, there are quite a few more ornate places, especially around the Dawnview district in the higher ward. There you do find a few jewelry shops that you can see that there are people like crafting fairly like ornate little pieces. And then eventually you come around and find, again, it's presented as more of a jewelry shop. But as you sort of look in the window, you can see that a lot of the pieces actually have they are little mechanical things that they almost look like little wind-up pieces. You step on inside and there is, it's a fairly sort of small shop. It's got the little window display and a few display pieces around the side. Just looking at price tags, you can see that even the cheapest of pieces is going for about 80 gold, ranging right the way up to 1,000 gold pieces, which are kept in little locked cabinets.
Damn.
But there is older man sat at a desk, and even though he's clearly there keeping an eye on you, he's got his little goggles out, and he is like just tinkering with something just there with a tiny little screwdriver with a little bird that he's got in, like he's built. Hello.
Oh, hey, old timer, how you doing?
Yes. Can I help?
No, just having a little browse, a little look around. Can I have a little look, see what you got there?
It's just a small bird.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, great customer service. Thank you very much. Anything in this shop that is looking around the 20 gold mark?
Got a few broken pieces out back. I could sell for 20.
Oh, my good friend, you can do me a favor. Come on, tis Luckbringer's festival, is it not? The heart of spring.
He sort of looks over the top of his glasses. Like, what are you looking for?
Don't know, just anything particularly musical you got. Anything that's got like a nice tune to it.
This big sigh. He's like, this is why they shouldn't open the gates. So, there's himself up. He sort of walks you into a corner and gestures to a few small different things. He goes, we've got some music boxes. They all play different things.
Oh, nice. Okay. And he's just going to go off tack, and he's going to spend the next 5 minutes just asking around for various other bits and bobs, but he's going to remember that he said that's where the music box stuff is. Listen, buddy, I gotta say, these prices are competitive. I appreciate your time. I'm going to consider this. I'll think about it. I'll come back with all my goods and my monies, and I'll have a think, okay?
Okay, if you must.
All right, well, you have been nothing but courteous. Thank you very much. And he will leave the store. In an alleyway nearby, he's going to cast a spell. And the next time that guy looks up, Heron Illwin will walk in to the shop.
Oh, here we go.
As I've just cast disguise self, and I'm disguising myself as our wizard who hired us.
Amazing. Yeah, sort of half-orc guy, Arcanists robes on. And yeah, again, the guy sort of sat back at his desk tinkering, and he looks up and he goes, hello.
Hello there. I am Master Illwin from the Arcanists Consortium, and 'tis that terrible time of the year where we must give our little bits and bobs and gifts to those who are in our social circles, and I'm looking for something particularly musical for my colleagues. I am of the Consortium and would expect to have nothing but the best in terms of discount and customer service. Am I in the right place, or shall I seek fairer establishment?
You want persuasion or intimidation there? Because there was a lot of rank pulling going on, so it's whether or not.
I'll go persuasion. 14.
He sort of looks up, he goes, nothing particularly magical here, so we've got some music boxes in the corner there. And sort of, he doesn't walk you over this time, he sort of gestures, he goes, I suppose a small discount could be considered for an Arcanist.
No, that's the least I expect.
And I will go over to the musical boxes. Have they got varying different number of... I've got a song in mind that's just like a local lullaby.
You pick up a few different ones. There's one that's a little bird-shaped that as you wind the little bottom of it, it just plinks out a tune, almost tweets it out, but it is clearly a plucked bit of metal inside, which you recognise as the song Kissed from a Rose. The next one is a little box, which you can open up, and there's a tiny little dancer in its side. You turn it. A very well-known song, this one that you know by Betty Midling, called The Rose. And the next one that catches your attention, you pick it up, is and there's a little soldier, which again, it's it looks like he's playing a drum, but it's clearly he's just tapping bits of metal, in a little music box style, which plays a tune, which again is a fairly well-known bardic tune, Sweetest Child of Mine, by the famed Axilus Rose. But yeah, so there's a little range.
I was hoping for, if there's one that has the local lullaby, Mother's Smile. Would that be in there at all?
Mother's Smile. Yeah, there is a little one. This one is just more of a tiny little box itself, but on the lid, it's got a little baby that as you turn it, it just rocks slightly.
Oh, okay. I will.
How much for this one just here?
Well, that would be 150 usually. But if you want a discount, I suppose you could send it for 120.
That's not acceptable for a member of the Consortium. Surely you understand how high-ranking I am. With a snap of my fingers, I could make this little store of yours end up on the other side of the world. Surely you can consider that my ranking in the consortium is worthy of being a patronage of your store.
Yes, sir, I'm very sorry. And your high ranking. If you would prefer to invoice me through the consortium, that could be acceptable, and I will collect payment from them.
Yes, that would be very acceptable. Thank you very much.
In which case, if you could... And he sort of pulls open a little book. He says, sign your name here, please, and here, dips a quill in an ink pot that he's got nearby and hands it over to you.
Excellent, and I wish for this to be gift-wrapped as well, so anything that you have must be, and I expect this on the bill as well, everything that you have in order to wrap it up and package it, I expect nothing but the best.
Certainly, sir. Stands up in a huff. He clearly just wants to work on his little thing, and people keep getting in the way. But he pulls out a little velvet box, puts the tiny little box inside the velvet box, closes that, then gets some nice crisp paper and folds the velvet box, and then gets a ribbon and puts that around the paper.
He's Rowan Atkinson from Love Actually.
I did the same thing.
That's one of those classic Heart of the Spring films, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Novels.
For the sake of speed, I'm going to say this, which is that I'm going to make him keep wrapping it up consistently and keep getting more and more boxes until it's about, a couple of feet wide.
It's like a hefty thing.
Oh my god, it's amazing because of everyone, Gwen will really enjoy the unwrap.
Yes, and I'll just charge all of that to the consortium.
Yes, that would be most agreeable. Thank you very much.
If you just reverse the charges to our patron.
Yup. Quite happy, with it all wrapped up. You sort of walk out.
Oh, he's going to skip down the road.
How long do you stay in appearance as Heron before you drop that, though?
Skipping as Heron?
I'm going to stay as that. I'm allowed to stay that for 1 hour. So what I'll do is I will be actively skipping and making an absolute idiot of myself down the road like Santa Claus until I get to the gate and go, thank you, good sirs. And then I will keep on skipping until I go down the side alley where I will go back into Guy and then go find my friends.
I really enjoyed that.
Juna and Enkidu are still on the hunt for books.
Oh, Enkidu, I feel like time is of the essence and I need to... Can I tell you who I have so that you can help me?
If it will help, of course.
What I want to find is some sort of book about magic or a magical book for Orryn. I think he'd really enjoy that. But I can't find any bookshops anywhere. Should we ask this person here?
Yeah, sure, the locals here.
Hello. Sounds a lot like a squirrel, but it's definitely a person.
Is it a creature or is it a person?
It's a person. Okay. A young,
squirrel-looking like person.
Yeah, exactly. Like in his best waistcoat.
Aww.
How can I help you?
Do you know any bookshops where I could find any books on magic or about magic or that can help me do magic?
I know one bookshop. Yeah, follow me.
Oh, cool.
Does he make his own theme music?
The Follow Me song from Pokemon.
But yeah, it's not long before he leads you round to quite a sizable bookshop, actually, with big ornate letters over the top that says Bibliosity.
Great name.
Oh, Enkidu, this looks like the kind of place, doesn't it?
I think it does miss that phone, yes.
Oh, thank
Sure,
you
let's have a
so
look.
much. Luckbringer's blessing on you, young scallywag.
Luckbringer's blessing on you. So skips off again.
It's Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim after his leg has been healed.
Yeah.
And he's much happier. The bookshop itself is, first of all, is rammed with people who are clearly also on the let me buy a book as a gift train of thought. And it has a huge amount of range, from fiction, to just information books, to picture books, to all sorts. What kind of thing are you looking for?
Anything that would be of interest to Orryn, basically. So, the ideal would be to find a sort of a more instructional book that can help Orryn cast some magic, but failing that, something on the history of magic. If there's anything on the gnome history of magic to give to him, that would also be kind of cool. So that's the sort of the areas, yes.
Cool. Make an investigation check. I suppose with advantage, as Enkidu is sort of around and helping as well.
What about Rowana? Where's Rowana at the moment?
Ruana. Yeah, I think Ruana was sort of encircling you, and then as we met up, she sort of came and rested on my shoulder, and has just been sort of fluttering around us and trying to sit on your shoulder if you'll let her, but and mine as well.
Yeah, of course.
Unnatural 20.
Yes.
Unnatural 20. Whilst Enkidu gets lost in the more fictional sort of range of books, finding, as it might surprise you, the Ranger and the Nymph.
Perfect.
Which, for all of our listeners, is a wonderful book in which a ranger meets a nymph in the forest. Fill in the gaps yourself. Juna, you do find slightly more instructional books. There's not necessarily a huge amount of magic books as such, but there are two that catch your eye. First is a book of notes, which is all blank pages. Most of the books in the shop are going for 5 gold pieces each. The more tattered ones going for even cheaper. But this book of notes has been marked up at 60 gold pieces. So you think, oh, okay, maybe there's something there. It doesn't really have a description about what it does on it as such, but you sort of pick it up as you're like, why is this so expensive?
Is it like an arcana check? Not necessarily to know what it is, but to know if there is something that needs to be done to it.
Make an arcana check.
Unnatural 20 again.
Oh, very nice.
Goodness me.
So essentially it is a message book. This one's got 20 pages, so you reckon it's probably got 20 messages worth in which you can write something, and you've seen something similar up in Splinter Falls, in which you write something on the paper, and whoever it is that you're writing to, those words appear on the nearest surface to them.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool.
It's only got, like you say, you have a quick check, it's only about 20 pages, so it's not a huge amount of, it's not endless. Yeah. But it's something magical, and you're like, okay, actually that might be quite nice. The other thing that catches your attention is a book called Alchemy for Beginners by Nap Ligneb.
I feel like there's a pun or something in that name, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Ben, it's your name.
What?
Come on. It's your name.
Write it down.
No, actually, we'll wait for Ben to get this. We'll wait for Ben.
Come on.
Ben Galpin. But yeah, it's sort of having a quick browse through it. This one again is going for about 30 gold pieces, and it does include recipes for a basic potion of healing, basic poisons, and bottled smoke. So there's a couple of maybe there's it's not necessarily a magic book, but it's something that offers him, maybe he can make something with it.
I'm going to pick both of the books up, please. Is there a shopkeeper?
There's a self-service machine in the corner.
It's an Amazon shop.
You scan the books through, and no, there's a woman, olive-skinned human, very thick milk bottle glasses.
I am going to, before I approach her, I'm going to cast Charm Person. I'm going to try and get a good deal. So she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
So she rolled a 5 altogether.
Yeah, she's charmed. I'm trying to decide between these two books. Is there, if I buy both of them, is there some sort of a deal, maybe?
Yeah, we can definitely do that, yeah.
Yeah, what sort of deal would that be?
Well, I mean, they're normally quite expensive both, but I'll give you that Alchemy for Beginners for half price. How's that?
Yeah, seems fair.
So that'll be 75 altogether for the two.
Great.
Wonderful. I mean, that one's pointing to the Book of Notes. That one's been sat on the shelf for ages. Nice to see it get sold. You know what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think my friend might appreciate that that's been sat there for ages. He's into a bit of history and understanding things.
Do you want that gift wrapped? Or?
How much is gift wrapping?
Free. I mean, it's mostly just.
Yeah. I'll have the gift wrapping then. Oh, before you put the paper round, would you mind just popping that in the top? And she just slips over a tea bag to just put on top of the books.
Oh yeah, I mean that'll keep them smelling nice, won't it?
I'm really hoping that's not one that's been up your nose.
But yeah, so you pay your money, she hands you this little bag, and assumedly you all start gathering back at Drake's.
I haven't actually got my thing yet.
Yeah, so a few hours go by, Orryn, and yeah, you turn up, and it's not the most artistic thing that you've seen, but actually it is pretty close to your instruction and guides. And yeah, it looks nice. It's got this woman staring to the left in the center. It's got some mountains around the top, and she's tried making the trees as as obvious as she can that they're trees.
No, that's great. Yeah, okay. I don't suppose you got like a big bag to put it in or something? No, I don't know.
Not a bag. You just normally carry it off with you.
I don't know. I was going to ask for a bow, but I think that's ridiculous. Okay, no, I'll just take it. Thanks.
I got some leather that I can.
Yeah, leather ribbon. Yeah, perfect.
Leather ribbon.
All right. And she sort of wanders back, and it's like basically like a cut-off for something else, but she sort of ties it to the handle of the shield around the back. She's like,
yeah, perfect, great, yeah, great, thanks. It'll hand over the gold.
So she takes it, thanks you, and sends you on your way. So it's a few hours that have passed since you all wandered off and like found your things and come back together again. As you all slowly gather back at Drake's one by one, or I suppose two in the case of Juna and Enkidu, what are you doing? Are you going to give gifts now? Are you going to wait?
What time of day is it?
By this point, it's probably about 5-6 in the evening.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Does the sun look like it's setting soon? Does it look like?
Not just yet. You've probably got a little bit of time before it, like, the procession starts. And Edda would definitely let you know.
Orryn is really badly hiding a shield behind his back the whole time as well.
He's a wee little skinny guy as well, so he's not doing very well.
Yeah. The shield is almost half the size of him. Like,
Are we grabbing some dinner? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Fantastic.
To exchange gifts then?
Yeah, over dinner.
Well, I was wondering, I know we've got 3 keys for tonight, so 3 rooms. I was wondering if I might be able to have a room to myself, because I need to be able to hide my present in my room, because it's not arriving till later. And I think it's a bit big from the sound of it.
But we got
just paid for 3 because that's all they had.
Okay.
Who do you want to share with?
Guy strikes a pose.
Sure, Guy, why not?
me and you then, Juna.
You don't mind, do you, Orryn?
No, I don't mind at all.
Oh, good.
Lovely. It's like when you have to awkwardly share the Travelodge keys when there's not enough when you're on tour.
Oh my
isn't
God.
it? And it's just like, I just really want a room to myself tonight.
While we have a platform, can we just formally ask Travelodge, why don't you have sockets next to the bed?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
They do now. They do. All the upgraded ones. Sometimes it's an USB right next to the bed as well.
Is it the fancy ones that also do a nice breakfast? Is it in those ones?
This episode is sponsored by Travelodge. We wish.
But like you order food and would you rather eat it downstairs or up in your rooms?
downstairs around the table. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, and you manage to grab a table. You get the sense that the place is clearing out a little bit where people are heading to the main street for the procession, but there's still enough time that Edda calls in the cook, makes a fairly nice spread of hams and mushrooms and things, all like sort of fried and laid out in front of you. A whole little bowl of vegetables, almost like a little buffet style family meal together, rather than each an individual plate. It's all part of your room.
Thank you very much, Edda.
What are these like weird little like paper things? And he just rattles like a paper tube that has 2 little scrunchy bits on either side. Like, what are you supposed to do with these?
You pull them.
Pull them?
Yeah,
pull them. There might be a little piece of paper and some trinkets inside.
Okay, Enkidu, you hold on one end.
Okay.
I assume.
Yeah, and then we pull at the same time.
Edda is sort of like, she's wandered off. She keeps like bringing stuff back.
Guy pulls it.
Can both of you make a contested strength check?
Oh, not well, my friend.
Probably just as bad. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 1 and I have a -1, so that's
My question is, does this thing even pop? Like, Enkidu just manages to get that. And inside is a strange little fake paper hat and like a tiny piece of metal. You think maybe it's used for clipping your toenails. It's hard to say quite what it's for.
Right.
But it's a tiny little, you're like, oh, maybe it's just to like scrape out the dirt from under your nails.
Oh, look, there's another little bit of paper in there.
It's got a little scrawled joke. What does it say, Enkidu?
Oh, okay, here we go. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea.
I get it.
I was going to say a deer with a dart in its side.
After a while, even though you've maybe not quite finished eating, Edda does start gesturing for you all to leave because it's procession time.
During the meal, Gwendolyn's been starting to put flowers into her long green plait. She's putting flowers in there, and if anybody else wants flowers, she's happy to kind of decorate you with flowers.
I would love some flowers, please. Yes.
Gwendolyn's been spending some time putting flowers in Juna's hair as well, and offering it up to the boys as well if they'd like some.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
She makes Gaius look pretty.
Orryn, do you want some?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you putting them?
Just in your hair, wherever they can fit, really. And she just starts sticking them into into Orryn's little pouches, just sticking out, but respectfully as she does it. But just making everyone look really pretty and festive.
Love it.
And with everybody decorated, you're all ushered out. Edda locks the whole door up behind you. And again, there are streams of people in the streets that are all travelling in the same direction toward the main road, so that by the time you get there, you're actually quite far back in a crowd. You can't really see what's going on beyond the distant cheer. Actually, all of you make perception checks. This is probably the best way to do it.
Ugh.
12.
11.
10.
4.
18.
Juna, Ruana does sort of tap you your shoulder with her beak, and then she keeps blinking at you, and you get the impression that she wants you to close your eyes.
Close my eyes then.
So she nestles down and takes off flying. And as she does, even with your eyes closed, you start seeing through her eyes. So you get a beautiful overhead view, a raven's eye view of all of these crowds of people gathered in. Everybody else, as you're sort of peering over, you're all much taller. So apart from Orryn, Orryn has to stand on a nearby barrel that you can just about see from down the main street. The Lord and Lady. It looks like it's actually quite a lot of effort. They've each got one hand on a cart spoke. Is that what they're called? The thing that you tie the horse to. They've got one each, and they are hauling a big car full of flowers that have all been laid out on the back. Whites and yellows and purples, all sort of piled high. And they're walking down this slope, and it almost looks like most of the effort that they've got is to stop the cart from barreling into them and into the crowd. But as they sort of pass through, the crowd is cheering them on, encourage them right the way through, and all of you see this cart pass by. And as the cart travels down the street and out of the front gates as well, the crowd slowly filters in behind and follows them out of the city. It's probably about an hour's walk, all of you following along gently. Everyone in the crowd very sort of high spirits and chatting about happy things that they've had going on, and gifts that they've received and all of the rest of it. And when it's reaching about sunset, you find that everybody is sort of arriving into a field, quite a wide empty field, and one by one they're reaching the cart where it's stopped, and the Lord and Lady are stood on the back of it at this point now, handing out flowers to people to go and plant. And eventually sort of, again, it's probably about an hour's wait for the five of you to finally reach the front. So it gets a bit annoying. But you're handed small bunches of flowers each, just gestured off. And yeah, as you sort of try and find a little spot out in the crowd, you see loads of people sort of planting, sort of all sat down in the ground together, sort of planting little flowers. A few of them have bought candles because they know that it's just getting dark at this point. Sort of there's little candlelight dotted around the place as well. And there's little families planting little things together. There's an old couple that catches your eye that's sort of chatting about, I remember when we first planted our years ago. Do you remember that year it rained? Oh, it was horrible. That kind of thing. And it's just a very nice high spirits, and everyone is sort of brought out drinks with them as well.
Is there anyone with spare drinks that I can ask to give us drinks or buy drinks? I feel like we need drinks.
There's a few people that have clearly planned to stay out here, as they've brought a keg or two with them. So they're they've not got any cups with them necessarily, but everyone's in a good mood and is happy to share the drink.
Oh, thank you so much.
So you each have to sort of offer your own sort of drinking container of some kind. So a lot of this ends
all
up
have
in
cups in explorers packs and
exactly, yeah. It's little things that you've got about your persons, and even this water skins that you're using. But yeah, he's quite happy to just give you a little bit each.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to give a flower to Ruana to plant with her little beak.
Can somebody make an investigation check with advantage, just to find a nice spot to sit together?
Okay. 17.
Yeah. 17. Yeah, you find sort of you wander off a little bit so that you're not necessarily in amongst the sort of the throng of people, that there's enough space that each of you could plant separately if you wanted to. in the field. And like I say, like this field is sort of stretching out, and the sun, as it's sort of dipping below the horizon, is sort of letting out pinks and yellows across the sky that sort of complement
Are all the
flowers
flowers the
that you've been
same
given.
type of flower?
No, there's a whole mix of different things. Colour-wise, they seem to be sticking to the white, yellow, and purples. There's like a range of different flowers. So, are you all planting your flowers near each other? Are you planting them separately? What are you talking about whilst all this is going on?
It's very nice enjoying this day with you lot. You know, I feel like we've been through a lot, and it's just nice to have some fun, isn't it?
It is. It's nice. Like you said, considering all the things that we've been through recently, it's nice for a change of pace, you know. There's no danger immediately, and you can just enjoy some time. It's quite nice seeing all these people enjoying their time together with their families, their loved ones, and it's quite a nice, refreshing thing to see. Family time.
Yeah, that's true. People are spending time with their families. That's a nice way of saying it. And Guy just plants a little flower.
We've heard a bit about Enkidu and Gwen's family, but Orryn and Guy, do you have a family story you'd like to share?
Orryn, you first.
Family's not really my thing, I guess. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Don't really know anything about them.
I see.
Well, you got family in us, hasn't he?
Yes,
Absolutely.
of course.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn gives Orryn a little squeeze of the shoulder
Oh.
and comes to plant her flower next to him.
Yeah, Orryn will happily plant a flower next to Gwendolyn's flower.
I tell you what, Orryn. Family is not necessarily who you were born into. Family you can make for yourself.
That's true, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like a group, isn't it, of people who have shared goals, shared traditions, shared values and stuff like that. And like, you know, it's kind of rare to get that in most families that you're born into, you know, and to have that where you're not necessarily like related by blood, but you somehow end up in a group, in a family that's got shared values and got shared goals and things is it's rare, it's magical, and yeah, you're in a good one, Orryn. You're in a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, I guess. I guess I suppose I've never really known what it's like. I guess.
Well, you don't have to be born into... I didn't have any family or relatives until I found Gil and my friends, and they were my family until I met you lot, including you, Orryn.
Oh, yeah. I've got a gift for one of you.
Right.
Is that thing that you've been calling around with you this whole time?
Oh no! Did you spot it, Guy? Pulls the sword, very badly hidden from behind him. The sword, the shield, the shield stabs everyone. Pulls the.
Oh my god, that would be a twist, wouldn't it?
He's the big bad.
Orryn the whole time.
Pulls the shield from behind his back and sort of looks over towards Enkidu. I found in one of my books what the symbol of Dram was.
Oh?
And I thought it might just be a nice little reminder for you from where you came from. So it's Dram, and it's the mountains that you talked about, the Iron Chain,
Yeah.
and the Western Pines that were nearby, from what I could see. Dram, and okay, some of the mountains from me, okay, and I think actually they're a little angular, and I've not actually seen them in real life, so they might not be right.
Orryn, that's plenty. This is incredible. Thank you. This is wonderful, wonderful gift. Thank you. And I take it and I just put it on and just feel proud. Yeah, thank you, Orryn. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, welcome.
Yeah. And I give him
welcome.
big pat on the back, big firm one.
The flowers fall out.
I also have a present that I think it might be timely for me to give now. And she just gives the bag to Orryn.
For me?
It's for you, yes. From your new family.
Open up the bag. Smell the tea.
Tea bag and 2 little books inside, yeah.
Oh, smells of train tide.
It always does. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I just went with it. I was like, yeah, that sounds right. What, both of these?
Yeah.
Pull out one of the books.
This one more explains magic and this one more does magic. I don't feel like I know you well enough to know exactly which one, so I just got them both.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently, I haven't tried it because you only get 20 shots. If you write something on this page, it appears on a surface near the person you're writing the message to.
What? Well, he studies the book very closely.
The question is, does he detect magic on it?
Not currently, no.
Not currently, no.
He's just looking at it.
There's some enchantment and some like almost like gentle runicness that's been like put into each page.
Wow.
It's just like sort of subtly in there as you like sort of tilt it into the light.
This is an amazing book, Juna.
And this one was written by a very, very talented alchemist and actually a very good performer that I've heard of in Splinter Falls.
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
He's a
big fan. He's a big fan of a game, a role-playing game called Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah. I don't know it personally, but yeah, that's him.
Didn't have many games growing up. Orryn studies the other book as well, flicks through the pages sort of excitedly.
And like the recipes in there, you've got a little bit of alchemical knowledge, but not like a huge in-depth amount. And you reckon actually from this book, you'll probably be able to craft some quite helpful and useful things. You don't have the ingredients, like again, just having a quick scan through stuff, you don't have the ingredients for anything necessarily in there, but yeah, you're quite happy that this is going to be an interesting study at the very least.
These are amazing, Juna. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just enjoy them.
Okay.
Luckbringer's blessing.
Luckbringer's blessing. Yeah. Thank you.
And this is for you, Gwendolyn. I've had like a bit of rope tied around my waist, and I'm just going to undo that. And like from behind, like underneath my cloak, I've had this like big ass box.
Oh,
that's got like
Guy.
ribbons and glittery, and like this is for you. I thought you'd like it.
what a beautiful box. I love it. But you shouldn't have. Oh, can I open it?
Yeah, no problem. You go ahead, it's all for you.
Gwendolyn starts excitedly opening it and it's just like, ooh, there's another box inside. Ooh, there's another box inside. But she's having a great time. The lids are going everywhere. Well, these are going to be handy for all sorts of things, I'm sure. And then we get finally to the little one. She opens it up and she sees the beautiful little music box and opens it up and listens to the music that David will put on.
Wow.
I imagined that it was just like a very simple lullaby that is about a mother who sings to her child before going to bed, and the child can remember only the melody and the sight of the mother smiling. And I'm sure David will do an amazing job. Our listeners will have fallen asleep by the end of this description. And he'll just be like, yeah, so like, I know you wanted to have the promise of looking for your mom and stuff, and like, I just thought, whenever you're feeling a bit stressed or a bit worried, hey, this is a way of like reminding you of her.
Yeah, well, that's really lovely, Guy. Thank you. I don't remember her ever singing to me, but I don't remember her, so it's nice to imagine that maybe she sang this to me whilst she held me in her arms. Maybe. Thank you, Guy.
Hey, no problem, Gwen.
She just holds it tightly and finds a little safe place in one of her many pockets to put it in.
Luckbringer's blessings, Gwen.
Luckbringer's blessing, Guy. Oh, I do have a gift, but I'm afraid we won't be able to get it till we go back to the inn. So, I'm sorry, Juna, it's for you, but I hope you don't mind waiting.
I like the surprise.
Fabulous, so do I. I'm not even 100...
I'm practically titillated.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's going to be really good fun.
If I know you, Gwen, it will be.
Well, Gaius, I guess I'm the last one. I hunted around a bit, and I found this pipe. What's it called?
The Pied Pipe.
Yeah, that's it. A Pied Pipe, striker pipe. No, it's a Pied Pipe. Well, the owner of the shop insisted it was magical, and that if you played it, that the people who listened would be forced to dance. I thought this would be a perfect gift for you, and to add to your little collection. Luckbringer's blessing. And I hand the pipe from to Gaius.
Whoa, dude, this is awesome. You say this is like a, what, is it like a magical flute, or is it like a...
Apparently it's magical, yeah. You play it and then people are forced to move, or whatever that means. So maybe you can give it a try.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, then I'm going to give it a go. Okay, I've had a little go with the flute. I tried to play once with this band. There was about 11 of us pipers piping, but I wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So they booted me out. Okay, I'll give it a go, and he attempts to give it a go.
Cool. You start playing a little ditty on this little piccolo-y pipe flute thing. You do actually, as you're playing it, you do get the sense that there is something magical there. Is there anyone in particular that you want to direct it towards?
I suppose the people nearest to me, so I guess Orryn and Gwen and Enkidu, the whole party.
You have to pick one person.
Oh, okay, well, I guess I will pick Orryn.
Orryn, can you make a charisma saving throw,
Oh, yeah,
please?
cool. I'm not very charismatic,
No.
this will be good. 9.
9. That's definitely less than Gaius's spell save, isn't it?
13.
Yeah. Where would you like him to move, Gaius?
What?
What the hell?
I can
In
get
which
him
direction?
to move.
Oh, what have I done?
By how much? By his whole movement, or just...
By half of his speed.
What?
Oh, cool. Okay, we'll just, like,
You've got 15 foot.
15 foot in a direction that's, like, not trampling on any flowers.
It could trample on people, though, right?
Yeah, Orryn, as your sort of your foot starts tapping as you're listening to this piece of music, and then suddenly it's like off walking by itself, and your other foot joins it, and you're like, it's not long. Suddenly you're 15 feet away from everyone.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, that's a catchy tune.
Whoa, that was so cool. Enkidu, this is the best. Oh, thanks, buddy. And they'll give him like a bear hug.
No, of course. Yeah, come on. And he looks a bit embarrassed, but, he shrugs it off.
Luckbringer's blessing, buddy. Luckbringer's blessing to you all.
Orryn tries walking back.
No, he does so of his own free will.
Okay.
Luckbringer's blessing, everyone.
With all of the gifts given out in the field, you all finish your drinks, head back to the city, and like the crowd itself is also dispersing. And the thing that's leaving behind is a massive field of newly planted flowers, and everyone is being really careful about not stepping on any of them. So even in like the setting sun, it's like a beautiful like ocean of colour. But you make your way back to Drake's.
As we're on our way back, can I sort of have a moment with Ruana where I'm like, Luckbringer's blessing, Ruana. I haven't given you your gift yet. And I say to her, what would you like to be next? And Ruana lands on my shoulder. I guess I cast whatever it is that I cast. Find familiar. And she changes into an Almiraj, which is a bunny with a unicorn horn.
Amazing.
Just for the celebrations, which I should have done earlier.
Well, we'll say, because I think it takes an hour for the whole ritual to happen. But we'll say that, like, whilst you're sat there, like, you've started the ritual.
Yeah.
So that, like, as you sort of tell her new form, she suddenly becomes this little bunny rabbit with a single, like, almost unicorn horn just on your shoulder.
And I think she looks pleased and a bit, I'm getting me some Heart of Spring. Yeah.
As you arrive back at Drake's, stood at the door waiting for you are two very well-dressed people. There is a young man and a young woman. The young man is a half-orc with sort of stone-grey skin, slicked back black hair, in a very nice suit, and he's holding a small bag with him. And the woman with him is a half-elf woman, sort of mahogany skin, her hair tied back in a couple of low bunches, but with flowers in it as well. She's wearing quite a delicate cloak that covers all of her body. It's quite a sort of a thick thing. So it's really all you can see in her is this cloak. But as you all approach, they make a small bow toward Gwendellyn, and the gentleman sort of steps forward and he says, "Gwendellyn Rose."
Yes, that's me. Are you from the Tipple?
Yes, we are indeed. I'm Forrest. This is Kath.
Hello, Forrest and Kath. It's lovely to meet you. Well, this is Juna, and this is Juna, who you are the gift, bringing the gift for tonight. So, shall we go upstairs where it's a bit more cozy, and then we can give Juna the gifts?
Oh, definitely. Oh, sorry. We thought we were for you, but absolutely.
Oh, well, I'll join
Wonderful
in.
to. Oh, yes, of course. Games for everyone.
Lovely.
How exciting.
I grew up in a brothel. I kind of know one when I see one, so...
Oh, I forget that, he really knows what's going on, doesn't he?
I'm assuming Gwendolyn doesn't hear this.
Yeah.
And Juna, same, yeah.
Yeah, just the guy. He nudges to him like, maybe we should just leave him to it and carry on.
Okay, you can do that, buddy. I'm gonna stay right here. And I am going to sit downstairs and just get a drink. I might grab Orryn, and we are just gonna see how this plays out. You're welcome to join.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you. Thank you. I'll take up on that.
Are you staying down here for a drink? Oh, well, we can probably...
Do you not want to see what my present is?
No. Oh.
No.
I just rolled my own insight check.
Does step in. It does, we have only, I believe, been hired for a small gathering.
Yeah, we'll wait down here. We wouldn't want to interrupt.
Yeah. Quality over quantity. That's what my mom always said. And
I tell you what, I'll open the present and then I'll bring it downstairs.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, doesn't it, Gwen?
That sounds like an excellent idea. Okay, well, we'll see you shortly. Okay, lovely. And then they go up to the room, and Gwendolyn's like, right, so is that the present in the bag?
He says yes, and sort of the Kath sort of closes the door quite gently behind. She moves through and starts actually rearranging the furniture a little bit with the two beds, and there's a few chairs in the room as well, so just clearing a bit more space around. And then she kneels. She moves over to the bag and pulls out a small sort of rug blanket thing. It looks quite nice, quite decorated, and lays that out on the floor, and then kneels down. And Forrest says, "Yes, if you'd like to take seats next to Kath."
Oh, lovely.
Wonderful. And then he sits down and he keeps reaching into the bag and pulling out a variety of different things. He pulls out a small kettle. He pulls out a small box. He pulls out when he starts he sets a small little fire just under the kettle. He says, "Don't worry, it's already brewing. Shall we play some games, the four of us?"
A tea game? Gwen! Yes, please, yes!
Happy spring heart thing.
Yes, and I believe the caddy here, and he gestures over to the small box he's pulled out. I believe this is part of the gift as well.
Oh, you were able to find a caddy?
Oh yes. I mean, we had to run to another shop, but we think this is what you were asking for.
Oh, it was. Oh, thank you. Yes, Juna, this is particularly something I was looking for. It's something that you can lock away all your tea. And then she starts to open it. Is there anything else to it?
Yeah, there's actually a selection of tea already set in it. It's like a little box with a wide selection of tea, and each one's been marked out with the names. There's some Twain Tide in there. There's some Dragon Barley. And there's the Dravain Standard, some Witch Brew, and one bag of... He pulls it up and says, "This is a very special tea. It's called Focus." And he puts that in there as well. So
have I heard of Focus?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm feeling so tense right now.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So you...
unnatural 22.
Oh, yeah. Again, from your time travelling, you know that this is a cold infusion that it helps you focus on things. So it would grant you advantage on a skill check.
Oh.
But you've only got the one bag in there.
This is very generous.
He says, but of course, let's proceed with ceremony and play a few games together.
Great.
Wonderful.
And that's where we're in tonight's episode.
Yeah, thank you. Oh gosh, well done.
Such a team.
Oh my god.
In my head, all of the puns. They're definitely just going to give you a tea ceremony and play some little card games and things with you.
You have been listening to David Knight as your Dungeon Master, Ben Galpin as Orryn, Chris Watts as Gaius, Darrel Bailey as Enkidu, Grace Kelly Miller as Gwendellyn, and Vicky Gaskin as Juna. Original music by David Knight. Please tell your friends, subscribe, and follow us on all the social media. Thank you for listening to No Small Roles. Anon for now.
Hello, Grace and David here.
And we are absolutely delighted to announce that we are now on Patreon.
So, if you want to show the No Small Roles team a little festive appreciation, why not subscribe?
Really, it's like buying yourself a present because of the fabulous perks that you'll be getting.
You mean there's more perks than just the warm, fuzzy feeling of giving?
Yes, there are 3 tiers that you can subscribe to.
Oh, can we say something other than tears? I'm just kind of over that word right now.
Absolutely fair. We have 3 levels
Nice.
of membership.
These are Teacup, Teapot, and Tea Caddy. All very exciting.
I like the tea theme. Feels very on brand.
Or you could say on blend, maybe?
Or we could not.
Let's get the rest of the cast to help us explain in more detail.
For just £3 a month, you can become a member of our Teacup level. You'll gain access to
Patron shoutouts. Everyone that signs up or moves up a tier will get an extra special shout out of thanks during an episode of No Small Roles. Think of it like an audio cuddle.
Patron polls! A chance for you, our patrons, to share your opinions and let us know what content you want to see from us.
Early access to episodes. As soon as each episode is ready for your earholes, you'll get to continue the adventure early.
For £7 a month, you can become a member of our Teapot level. You'll gain access to
Teacup benefits. That's shout-outs, patron roles, and early access. After all, you can pour more than 1 cup with a teapot.
Bonus content. One-shots, music tracks, special in-character stories and chats. We've got loads planned to scratch that No Small Roles itch between episodes.
Homebrewed content. As new subclasses, creatures, and encounters are created for our adventures, we'll share them with you to use in your own game.
For £15 a month, you'll become a member of our fancy Tea Caddy level. You'll gain access to
Teacup and Teapot benefits. Kept in the Tea Caddy tier is everything you need for a full tea party. Shoutouts, patron roles, early access, bonus content, and homebrewed content too.
No Small Questions access. An invitation to join the No Small Questions conversation as it happens. Joining the audience as we record No Small Questions, you'll have the chance to ask your own burning questions directly to the cast.
World building polls. The DM has 1,000 ideas and needs your help to sort through them. These polls will help decide NPC names, town names, what creatures to pit our heroes against, and more.
Your support means the world to us, and by becoming one of our patrons, you will allow us to dedicate more time to delivering the best audio content possible.
So, for exclusive early access, behind-the-scenes looks, and bonus content,